Hello you guys and welcome back in today's new video. Today I'm gonna talk about my favorites of last month of May. I divided this into two different sections, in real life and online, so I can be more organized. These are things I was obsessed with last month, and as you can see there's also this mood board, and let's get started. So in the mood board you can see that I kind of made everything a little bit scattered, and these overall the vibes of last month. In real life, first place, aperitifs. Here, I was very obsessed with aperitifs because it's the season and it got warmer, and the idea of going out with my friends was very appealing, also because I'm not the type of person that goes out to eat a lot. So just this idea of catching up with your friends, talking about the summer plans and things like that. I feel like when it gets warmer, people want to drink and to go out with their friends way more. Then talking about hitting something, there's beauty gums. I tried this new brand of gums. I don't know if I should show you, it's not sponsored. Um, Wait. Okay, so I don't think I have those anymore. I tried to, I don't know, try out a brand of gums for hair, nails, and skin. I didn't really see a difference, so um, it was very minimal. So I could not find the gums, but yeah, I tried a pair of gums for nails, hair, and skin. The changes were very minimal, but I think it's because it was my first pack. So the next one on the list are diamond rings. Diamond rings, I mean specifically engagement rings. Sadly I did not put any type of picture on my mood board, but that's because they're such a personal thing. But yeah, I found engagement rings very appealing this month, but they're very cute. Like, they're very beautiful and nice to look at. I don't know. Cold creams. So I particularly use a specific type of cold cream to moisturize my skin. Wait, I'm gonna show you. This is not sponsored, by the way. I use specifically this one. It works very well for dry skin, and I wanted to find different types, especially for scents, because that one has a very clean medicine type of scent. I don't know, so I really wanted to upgrade my shower routine for summer. Then on the list there's also wine. I don't know why I did not see it before, but wine for me this month, or better last month, was so appealing because, like I said, it is kind of going out with your friends season, and here in Italy there's a tendency of drinking white wine with summer, aside from spritz for the aperitif like Aperol, Ugo, uh, anything else. So that was very appealing, especially white wine, which is slightly less healthy than the red wine, but it's still very pretty and so nice for like a girl's afternoon, gossiping with your friends about stuff. I kind of find it very easy to romanticize this side, honestly. Rosemary oil, that's so good for your hair, and it makes them grow so fast and so easily. I really like it. I don't like how strong is the smell, so yeah, but it's very nice. Then there's also my makeup pouch, which I truly love. I also gonna show you that. I use this one. Ooh, it's a little bit big. Wait, I'm gonna zoom out. Okay, yeah, I'm on the ground, but yeah, it kind of looks like this. It reminds me of Marionette from Miraculous. I kind of took that because, yeah, it reminds me of her. I also put here the reference. And then there's also vanilla scents. Vanilla scents because vanilla is kind of my favorite scent. So I always wear it. Maybe this summer I'm gonna try and switch to coconut. Um, but yeah, I really like vanilla scents. Specifically, I use um this one. It's €5 from the dollar shop. Like, it's very nice. I also use one for my ambience, for the tissues. It was gifted to me for my birthday. Um, so it's not that I use it as much because it's slightly different. It's milk mixed with vanilla, and I'm also gonna show you that. So here, this one, very cute. The smell, it's amazing for winter. For summer, slightly less. You can feel how heavy it is. Um, Another thing in real life is home decor, because I read this Vogue article that I really enjoyed about home decor, and I was like, "Ooh, this is so smart! This is so nice!" And it was about how your house changes based on the season. And in that article, I think it was specifically spring and summer. So I was like, I totally have to redo my room for this season. Um, Also, I feel like all of this in real life stuff, you can see that there's Sex in the City. Well, it's because I find summer, usually people say fall is Sex in the City season, but I feel like summer also kind of gives a vibe because it's a very free um, type of summer. Now, in between, in real life and online, there are wedding dresses, which is a reminder of the diamond rings. Wedding dresses, I really like fashion, and this month I saw some of my friends were blogging, actually reposting. Sorry guys, I post too much time on Tumblr. But yeah, I saw them reposting stuff in regards to their dream wedding dresses, and was like, oh, this is so cute. Then I went on Pinterest. I kind of fell into this rabbit hole, and I realized they don't make wedding dresses in the same way they did in the 2000s, which is so sad because the entire fabric is totally different from what they use nowadays. Nowadays they use lace, but I feel like the lace looks slightly cheap. I don't know, but I really like laced things. Um, but the satin was gorgeous. It was very shiny, very luxe, which I think it's kind of on brand with the 2000s. And I feel like that style of wedding dresses, people are slightly wishing for it to come back, especially with the Y2K resurgence that we're seeing lately. Um, Now let's go on the online side. Um, let's start with the TV series that are here that I'm kind of getting obsessed with during this month. Better last month. The first one is Euphoria that ended on the 31st of May, and here there's Maddie because she's my favorite character. I'm so happy that she did not get such a bad ending. Um, I kind of feel bad for her because she got into this mess because Cassie wanted to talk back with her, but at the same time, I feel like her being friend with Rue kind of would have gotten her into this situation anyway. Euphoria is such a good show from my perspective. I started watching it when I was very young. Um, the characters grew up with me, so it kind of has a special place in my heart. Um, I kind of am disappointed into the music. They should have treated Librid a little bit better because he definitely played a big role into the popularity of Euphoria in the years before. And this year, the music was definitely lacking. Them trying very hard to put these 1950s Hollywood soundtracks, it did not work very well. It actually looked kind of corny and it did not give at all. I find it very distasteful for the entirety of the season, and I'm not gonna add a lot because I don't want to spoil and give spoilers. I definitely cried. It's been a while since a show hit me emotionally in the same way as Euphoria did. So yeah, also here's this again, Sex and the City, that I already mentioned before. For summer and things like that. Um, if you hear some noises outside, I think it's my neighbors. Um, anyways, so yeah, there's Sex in the City, and also the outfits are so nice for this season, especially Charlotte and Carrie, because they have very feminine and colorful styles. Same for Samantha, who has more of a night type of style. Personally, when I think about spring and summer, Charlotte comes to mind. I really like her romantic style. There's also the OC here with Marissa and Summer. I love these two girls. They're so. It's very rare to not see the brunette and the blonde girl going against each other. Also, I'm watching the OC for the first time after not um keeping up with it for a long time. I really like it. I just started it actually. I'm not very consistent when it comes to series, which is why I was so affectionate with Euphoria, because I was very consistent with that series. Um, but yeah, I'm really glad to see something like DLC becoming more popular. Actually, it always have been popular, but um, it showcases feminine dynamics in friendships and all these girl friendships that I think are a little bit more sincere than what the general public is accustomed to. So yeah, other stuff, all free, of course. The warmer it gets, the more you want to start reading fan fictions late at night. This last month specifically, I think it was Perkabad's turn, specifically the book one. I did not watch the Percy Jackson TV series. I'm too scared. I remember last time how it was with the movies, and I actually like the movies, but people were hating on that so bad. I'm just like, oh, I'm not reliving that again. Um, so yeah. Then there's also the 2000 Zen aesthetic, which is signed by this. I see these type of smoothies everywhere when it comes to this aesthetic, and I'm so sad that we don't have this in Italy. I'm really sad because they're so cute and pretty. They're definitely more aesthetically pleasing than Erewhon. So you guys, my phone just it didn't have battery anymore, so I'm recording this part the day after. um, I do not want to take anything away from the Erewhon smoothies. I find them very cute. They're very, very good looking. I hope they're nice too. I never tried them. I just find the Sun Life smoothies to be just cuter in appearance, and they just fit the theme better. um, Erewhon fits the Klinger aesthetic, Sunlight fit the 2000 Zen aesthetic, which I also put here among my obsessions of last month, and I find them so nice. This aesthetic is one of the few extremely girly and yet practical aesthetics. I feel like the last one was the Village Princess, but I don't know if it was practical because when it came to clothing, I like the visuals online, but when it came to clothing in real life, it was, I think, harder to find. So yeah, also, also, um, talking about fashion, I of course was very obsessed with Vogue last month, and I think it's gonna come back this month too. I really like the way they're making the site look like. It feels very editorial, very nice, very cute. And there's this article that I enjoy so much. It was about the house and how the house is different based on every single season. And in that article they were talking about specifically how you could decor your house during the summer and spring season. I found it so interesting, um, because I really enjoy home decor. As you know, I really talk about it kind of here. Vogue, I really liked Vogue's because it's one of the few 100% attainable. I mean, is it attainable? 100%, confirmed um, magazines around. It's one of the longest ones. So I just really enjoy the aesthetic of it, the articles. It's just very interesting. I wish magazine culture could come back because it played a big part in a lot of girls' development when it came to their preteen years. And I find myself to be very lucky to have both the blogs online and the magazines. Um, Now, still speaking about online, there's Letterbox. Letterbox is amazing for when it comes to tracking the movies that you're watching, and I feel like it helps you build personality, because you kind of know all the cultural references, pop culture, and things like that based on what you saved in there, and it's easier to decide what movie to watch based on what you put there. I had Letterbox for a little bit of time, but I never really used it as much. So last month I tried to reorganize it because I want to see how many movies I watch in my lifetime based on my memory. Um, I don't feel like I'm a heavy movie watcher, but I like to find movies that are very visually appealing, have great plots, and just nice overall. Let's go on music in the online space. My favorites of the month are Ariana Grande and Michael Jackson. Last month, I think, they published the Michael Jackson biopic movie. I still haven't seen that, which is surprising, but I really want to go there with my family because I feel like it's one of the few artists that are like very family oriented and that everyone knows. Like, you know about Michael Jackson before you're born. And also, you can tell that I like him because I put him multiple times in my playlist. And Ariana Grande is one also of the longest artists that I have in my listening history. I feel like she's one of the few artists that really can be defined as Gen Z staple star and things like that, and I find her very appealing for the masses. She had this big rebrand that I'm really excited to see how it's gonna develop into because a lot of people are still attached to her old diva pop personality, and right now she's diving into this more alternative look that I feel like it's very authentic to what she used to do before the problem era, because once she dropped problem her life low-key changed. um, so yeah, this is all for May. Thank you so much for watching till this moment. See you soon in another video. Bye.